Is it recording?
I think so. Should I record mine too?
You can.
It says I have to ask permission from you.
Go ahead.
Well, I pushed it. It says, please ask host permission.
Oh.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't know. I don't know how to give you permission. I'll send you the recording. You can have this
That's
copy.
fine.
All right.
That's
so
fine.
let's start recording on our little Audacity. Okay. And begin.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to clap and go, right?
Yep.
Well, here goes nothing. 1, 2, 3. Well, here we are. And then there were two.
Here was the two.
That's
scary.
Just
The two bitches nobody likes.
Like us, I think we're the most fun.
I know. That's why nobody liked us.
Right, because we are obviously clearly the most fun. So, all right, let's just start by introducing ourselves. I am Christi Lukasiak.
I'm Kelly Hyland.
And we're I was going to say we're the OG bad boys, but that's not right.
We're the partners in crime, maybe.
We're the OG partners in crime. That is perfect. So yeah, we're the OG partners in crime from Dance Moms. And I don't know, I feel like this podcast has kind of been, I don't want to say a long time coming, but I feel like you and I have always been on the path of what are we going to do? Because I think everybody always wanted to see more of us.
The two of us. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. The two of us together.
How many times do you get messages from people that are like, I want nothing more than to go out and have a drink?
Have a drink.
Yeah.
Let's have drinks.
We could seriously do a cross-country bar crawl, I think.
Oh my God. We would definitely need AA meetings. There's no way.
But I think people would show up.
Oh yeah. And we might be dead.
Yeah. My God. Well, I mean, we have so many fun stories to tell. And that is exactly what kind of brought us to this podcast, because for a long time we've been like, oh, well, what will we talk about? But I think it's a perfect opportunity to go back. And I think it's such a fun idea to go back and rewatch the show episode by episode.
Okay. But that's torture for me.
Absolutely. It is
Yuck.
absolutely torture. So we are going to need therapy. So maybe we can look at it as like immersion therapy or immersion. Okay. So this is immersion therapy.
Okay. I need therapy. So that's good.
We all need therapy. So we're going to go through, we're going to watch it. We'll see how far we get before we have emotional breakdowns. But the thing that I think makes it the most fun, or the part that's really interesting, is we lived it. So there's so much that we can talk about.
Yeah.
That people never saw, and what we were going through, and like the ridiculous behind the scenes stories of, I mean, honest to God, just our antics alone.
Yeah. Like we could have a 3-hour podcast for one episode.
Oh yeah.
There would be so much to talk about of what happened and who did what.
And what was going on with our kids, what they did to us behind the scenes, what you and I were doing.
Brooke never really, I watched episode 1, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, Brooke was being such a little bitch.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about Brooke.
She was 13. Like she was the only one that was 13. And let's just say that she showed that she was a bitchy teenager.
Oh my God, yes. Well, I have so many notes about Brooke because first of all, It was so crazy to go back and rewatch it. So let's just stay from the top. Have you ever watched the show?
No.
Right.
Well, I did. We watched the premiere together all as a group.
But you didn't watch it weekly?
No.
You didn't?
No, because in the beginning, I think I watched it a little more than, towards the end, it was like,
painful.
Yes, I lived it. I didn't want to relive it again. Like it was bad enough the first time. But in the beginning I did, because I wanted to see how they edited it.
Sure.
And, stuff like that. But after a while I was just like, I really don't give a shit what they say and do with me.
Yeah, really.
Just like get this over with.
Yeah, like, okay, fine. Get it.
Just do whatever you want to do with me.
At this point, what's the difference?
Yeah.
Now I did watch it. I would watch it each week as it went out, because I tweeted a lot for Lifetime. I don't know how you got out of that.
Yeah, but that was just in the beginning. I did do some for a while, but
okay.
If I didn't have to tweet, I didn't watch.
I
know some people sat and watched it like as a family thing, like with their kids.
My God.
My kids never watched it.
Who watched it as a family?
I think I don't know. I don't want to say names because I
Oh,
don't know if I'm right, but
okay.
I think other people did.
I definitely, if you ask Chloe, I guarantee you she has seen like maybe 3 episodes in full, and they were
Yeah.
always at the premiere parties. Clara, who, was a baby,
Yeah.
never saw it. She has now only watched 1 episode of Dance Moms.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, she's like, this
maybe
is too
that's why
much.
she still likes me, because she didn't watch the show.
No, I think she would like you.
She knows the real me.
Yeah. She had a lot of questions about Kathy, to be honest. She's like, wait, what
about Kathy? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Everybody always has a lot of questions about Kathy.
I know.
Like when I'm out and people come up to me, they're always like, is Kathy really like that?
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
No, I don't think she's as.
No.
Like on the show, I think she seems like a wackadoodle. In real life, I think she's pretty normal.
I do think she's normal, but I also think that is her. I think she just plays it up for the camera.
Yeah.
Like, which it's like a heightened version of her. But
yeah,
I mean, well, we'll get into all of it. But yeah, so no, we never sat down and watched it. I did watch it each episode as they premiered, only because honestly, I wanted to know like who was going to hate me that week and how many death threats I was getting. Like I really was, that was clearly my big underlying reason for watching it. And so I watched it, but I never went back and rewatched it. So when people ask me questions about the show, I always have a really hard time not remembering. I can remember.
Yeah, I have a hard time even remembering things. Like I watched this episode, I totally forgot about half of the stuff that happened.
Oh, see, I remember a lot of it, but I only remember it from our perspective. I don't remember what they showed.
Yeah.
And so I have a hard time being like, wait, did they show that? Did I say that? What, because we said a whole lot of shit that was never aired.
Way too much shit.
Way too much shit. So this will definitely.
And they kept the bad stuff and took out all the good stuff that we said.
Oh my God, we're hilarious. Just ask us.
We think so.
We're the funny ones. So this will be a really interesting trip down memory lane. And the fun thing about this podcast is that obviously Dance Moms had an insane amount of like fans and craziness. And so there's so much to talk about that I think we can give that insider insight to that no one really realized or knew. So I definitely am excited to do this because I'm doing it with you. If I had to go back and do this with anyone else, I'd be like, man, that's a pass. But I think that this will be, a very interesting journey.
I think so too. Scary, but interesting.
Scary. So yeah. So, all right. So I guess we should just kind of get into it, right?
Oh, hey, I want to know what your drink of choice is today.
Oh, my drink of choice. I am having champagne a la piscine.
Oh my,
I'm fancy.
Fancy.
I am a fancy bitch.
I'm just having my good old red wine look, it's like a gallon.
I was just going to say that is not a glass of wine.
I didn't want to have to like refill in the middle of the podcast. So I thought I'll just fill the sucker up and then I won't have to refill.
The best part about a red wine glass is it's huge. You have it for those who are listening on the podcast. You have it literally, it's like almost to the top.
Yeah. It's like a fishbowl full.
It's a fishbowl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only drinking champagne with ice in it because I had opened this a few days ago and I think it was a little flat. So I put a few ice cubes in it to give it some bubble.
Yeah, I never saw ice in champagne. That's kind of like a no-no, I think, ain't it?
Well, it is, except if you're in France. They do it in France.
Well, I don't go to France.
Well, when you go to France, it's champagne à la piscine. It's like the pool champagne or some shit.
Okay.
All right. So let's just start by talking about episode 1. And at some point, I definitely think that you and I should go back and talk about auditioning for the show. Like, what it was like.
Definitely. Because everybody asks that. Like, how did the show start and stuff? But yeah,
for sure.
We'll do that as like a special.
Yeah.
Like
I think that's a great
episode.
idea. And
my hair is driving me crazy.
It's so long. It's so weird for me to see you with your hair
what was so
long.
weird was when I watched the episode to like refresh myself on it. I like looked at my hair and I was like, oh, I miss that haircut so bad.
It was so cute.
I love that
so
haircut.
Trendy. I remember when you first got that haircut, clearly far before the show, your hair was longer and you came in. And I remember thinking like, damn, like you look so much younger when you cut your hair back then.
I'm thinking I should get it cut again.
It was so cute.
I might.
Well, I mean, I like your hair long. I think it looks pretty, but I definitely remember that was like such a trendy, cute like moment.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
love the
Enough
hair.
about my hair.
Enough about your hair. Well, we're going to talk about hair because I have a few comments about hair choices.
Oh, yeah.
clothes
We all had
choices.
terrible hair.
Oh my God. Well,
I was the only one that didn't really do anything. You guys put extensions and shit in. You guys had some crazy looking curls going.
My hair was the absolute, my hair wins for worst hair for sure. But
oh, I don't know. Melissa had some doozies.
Yeah.
But I think that was more towards the end.
I don't remember. Maybe we're our own worst critics because mine were pretty bad. All right, so we're going to start with the episode 1. Oh, and the title of the episode is The Competition Begins.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
Well, I looked it up. I didn't know
there
it,
you go.
But it's called The Competition Begins, which is, I think, very appropriate. Whoever named that is great. And there are some titles that come up that are very scandalous that I will address when we get to the episodes, but that one's fine. There's a few that when you really realize what they are, you're like, holy shit.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even pay attention to that shit.
There's one in particular that's like, I can't believe they named it that. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So the show opens and the show opens and it shows Pittsburgh. You know, you see some outside shots of Pittsburgh.
It's so pretty.
It is pretty. And you know, you're in Pittsburgh. And I have to say right off the bat, I do think that is one of the reasons why the show was really successful, because it wasn't in a New York or an LA. Yeah, we were just
normal
like
Pittsburgh people.
Normal people, Midwest, in the middle of the country, wearing some really ugly clothes, you know,
some really bad hairdos,
driving a minivan. I mean, we were like,
how about our cars? Remember, you had the Blueberry. We used to call it Blueberry.
My Blueberry van. Oh, you're gonna see Blueberry. She comes up. She makes a cameo for sure.
Oh God!
But it definitely starts with that, and the show opens with We'll just say, for the sake of this, we'll just say the show opens with Abby sitting at the front desk and each of us walk in. So you get each of us walking in the studio, you know, good morning. And I just want to point out that never really happened.
Okay. And I also want to point out that we actually look like we're happy.
Yeah.
To be there. Well, that was episode 1. Watch us walking in when we come to like season 2. We're not all so chipper walking in the door.
Hello, good morning.
It's like, oh, this is all new to us. Yes, like, we're so happy to be at dance class.
Oh boy.
Then we're like, oh, freaking shoot me now. Couple episodes later.
Oh yeah. Well, but it was so funny to see us walking in, being chipper, being greeted, and the girls are so little. It's so crazy to see those.
I know. I miss them little.
Oh my God. Like they are babies. Now, one thing I noticed, and it was very specific about Chloe, and you probably recognize this with your girls, is her voice is so little.
Yeah,
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So then we obviously were introduced to Abby. You know, she gives us a soundbite of who she is, and we hear for the first time, which will not be the last, that she creates employable dancers.
But no, what I loved was she raises these kids like as they're her own. Is that the most scariest thing you've ever heard? Because if I ever raised my kids like that, somebody like shoot me down.
Well, because they take them away.
Yes, like I hope
they would take them away.
She should never say that.
Yeah, no,
not a good thing.
She does raise them as her own. And she creates employable dancers, which when you think back and you look at like a bunch of 9-year-olds walking into the studio and they're going to be employable.
Yeah. She did have some employable dancers. I got to give her that. I do have to give her that.
Her older dancers were always spectacular.
Yeah.
Always. I remember sitting at those dance recitals when the girls were itty bitty and looking at those older girls and being like blown away by them.
Yeah.
Super talented.
Yeah.
Super. So when people ask if she's a good teacher, I always say yes.
Yeah.
Like she is a good
Absolutely.
teacher.
We wouldn't have been there if she wasn't.
For sure.
Sure.
Oh, I have to take a moment. Paige's little bob is so cute.
I know.
Her little bob.
Now her hair is like down past her ass, you know.
I know. Well, you should be happy her hair is past her ass, because that's about the only thing covering her ass at some time. Yeah, I've never seen someone wear more bikinis than Paige, but to be honest, I would too.
I would too if I looked like that.
If I looked like that, I would go to the grocery store in my brown underwear. They're like, excuse me, I need some milk.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, you see us standing for the first time in what is going to be eventually known as pyramid. But at the first episode, it wasn't pyramid. It was chalkboard.
Yes, we had that lovely chalkboard. They went to all expenses for us to be classy on television. Let's get the old school teacher chalkboard.
Green slate.
Yes.
And the earliest chalk, or the earliest pyramid, we should say, wasn't a pyramid. They were like in stairs, like they were stacked in stairs. Mm-hmm. And did they show, I can't remember, did they show her turning the chalkboard around, right? Didn't she spin it?
She did used to. I don't know if they showed that or not. I didn't see that in the first episode.
I don't remember, but she used to spin it. And the funny thing is those stupid pictures would fall off all the time.
Every time, like 10 times they would fall off. But what people don't realize is when we were in pyramid, like it's like 3 seconds on the show.
Yeah.
It took us like hours and hours to film just pyramid. It was like an entire day of just filming pyramid.
My God. Yeah. Pyramid.
Like we walked into the room 20 times because obviously we didn't walk in correctly. Like, we had to just keep redoing everything and redoing it.
Well, I also think too that sometimes we would walk in, and they definitely got better towards later episodes, is because I think sometimes, like, if I was wearing a bright color and you were wearing a dark color, it would like clash or whatever on camera. Or if I was standing next to, I mean, all of us are pretty tall, except for Melissa's the shortest, right? And then eventually Jill. But like if Melissa was next to Holly,
Kathy's short, but
was
she a pyramid? Yeah.
No, she wasn't. But like that height difference, sometimes if somebody really tiny was standing next to Holly, it was too hard for them to have them in frame.
Yeah.
So I think that we walked in all those times too, just for them to figure that out. And as we got further on, they kind of knew. At least that's what I think, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know.
And the girls were sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
They weren't standing at attention.
Yeah, which I liked that better.
Oh,
when they had to stand there, I mean, literally, they stood there for hours and hours. Like, so when they're starting to look miserable towards the end, you know what I mean? Like you would have been miserable too, standing there for 20 hours and you're not allowed to fidget and you're not allowed to play with your hands. And
you're not allowed to put your hands in front of your crotch.
Yeah.
Like you can't hold them in front of your crotch. Oh,
yeah.
Although I do have to say, in the first pyramid, I am miserable. My face is so miserable in pyramid. I was like, damn. Now I know why my face is miserable. I don't think I can reveal that on the podcast because I think it's too much into production, but I know why my face is miserable. But when we were filming it, I didn't realize where this was going to play.
Yeah.
And so the very first shot you get of me, I am a grouchy bitch. Like I am a grouchy
you and bitch were good partners.
Yeah.
We should have had Brooke be your daughter.
Yeah, and then the camera pans and there's a shot of you and I standing next to each other. And that's the first time like you see us. And there's the sign behind us that says like winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. And it like stops for a minute on there. And that just made me laugh. Like it totally made me laugh just because it was like somebody in editing was just, it was a moment for them. And I'm looking and I'm like, oh, if only we knew what was coming our way at that point. And the other thing I have to say is, so then when they do the cutaway and Abby is talking, the glam is slightly understated for her at that moment, as opposed to where it eventually ends up.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And not so much hair and makeup.
No, we were very just like, put us on. I don't think we saw her flip-flop shirt yet. That comes later. Remember that damn flip-flop?
I just love the headband with the matching earrings and
the red plastic rhinestone crab.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure coming. Mm-hmm. Okay, so then Melissa goes on. We meet Melissa, and during pyramid, we find out that Maddie's at the top of the pyramid, what all the requirements are, and then you cut to Melissa saying like, well, she feels really bad. That's the first time we hear that she feels really bad. She feels really bad.
I feel really bad for everybody else here.
Right. And she lets us know that the girls don't like it. I thought that was a resounding piece of breaking news. The girls don't like being at the bottom of the pyramid. Shocking.
No.
Shocking.
Yes.
And the moms, we hate it.
Yes.
We hate
Meanwhile,
it.
I could have cared less about that stupid ass pyramid. How about you?
Yeah, I didn't really care about the pyramid. I cared more about did you have a good dance? Did you have good choreography? And what was your costume?
Yeah.
Because
that's what made you on the pyramid.
Right.
You can't get to the top of the pyramid if you don't have good choreography.
No.
Or you don't have time to practice.
Right.
I mean, basically
like
that's basically how you got to the top of the pyramid. So
right. So I didn't really care. I actually asked Brooke once. I texted her and I said, Brooke, did you ever care where you were on the pyramid? And her literal answer was no, because it was usually something that you and Kelly did.
It was too. Mom was bad, so you're on the bottom of the pyramid.
Yeah, so I thought that was such a funny answer.
The other thing I liked about Brooke was what she said was, when we're in my bedroom or Brooke's bedroom and we're like introducing, and I say to her, aren't you sad that you used to get first and second? Yeah. And she's like, no, not really. Like, Mom, I could care less. Like, I just want to go out and play with my friends. Like,
she wasn't playing with her friends. She was 13, but she was hanging out. Let's be cooler.
She wanted to hang out.
She wanted to hang out. And then we're told for the first time that we are going where we are going. We're going to Phoenix, because clearly Phoenix is just right in our backyard, really easy to get to.
Yes.
And we're going to West Coast.
And we never fly, right? Did we fly there?
Oh yeah, we did fly.
We flew there.
Oh my God.
We never flew again.
We flew that summer for a while, but no, we started only being like bus rats soon after.
Like 14 hours on a bus.
Oh God. But we did fly. But remember that flight? That flight was like a 5-hour flight, and the kids had school, and we were like, everybody's going to be tired. The time difference. Like, I remember us sitting on the plane being like, holy shit, this is a lot.
That was the longest flight I was ever on as of that point.
At that point. Yeah. I think so. We had been to Vegas before, us together. Remember Vegas when the kids were little?
Yes, but I didn't think the flight was that long.
It was pretty close.
Really?
It was pretty close. Yeah, for sure. We can talk about that Vegas trip at some point.
Yeah.
Oh
God. How about Barney? The purple Barney? Yeah. Yuck.
Oh.
Yuck. We'll save that for our
after show
version.
That's our after hour show. We'll have to do that one. You can only get through that one through a paywall. Like, those are the dirty X-rated stories. But what was really funny is when you're watching like the chalkboard thing, she's talking, it cuts to the girls and it cuts back, and then all of a sudden in big fat letters it says like West Coast Dance Explosion Phoenix in big letters, and it's like, wait, when did she write that? So that's our first like big red flag of editing mistakes.
Yeah
You're like, oh, where did that come?
That wasn't there when we were filming.
No. And of course the moms go upstairs, and for the first time I call it dance jail. I said, oh, we're going to dance
I always
jail.
called it the fishbowl. I felt like we were like in a fishbowl, like looking down, looking at the kids in the fishbowl.
Yeah. But dance jail's going to take on a different meaning later, so that maybe that's a little foreshadowing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either. I'm talking about, when they do that he had it come and dance. That's dance jail that I'm referring to.
Oh, okay.
And then we really go into like meeting each family in their homes. Like Melissa goes first. We hear that her daughter just happens to be the favorite. We see them at home. I love the happens to be a favorite. That's really funny, especially like knowing.
You know what my favorite part was?
What?
Was when Melissa was sitting there telling Maddie, or showing Maddie's crowns and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they go to Mackenzie, and Mackenzie just has this look like, I hate my life. I thought that was so funny.
It was so
like, she's
funny.
Only 6. Yeah. And she's like already has the attitude of Brooke.
Yeah.
At 13.
Oh, it was really, really funny. And Melissa goes on to say like her boyfriend knows how much dance costs. Oh, she talks about
he writes the checks.
He writes the checks. And then
funny.
She laughs, and that laugh is like such an evil laugh.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's funny.
It was so funny. And she tells us, and again, for the first time we hear that her husband, her ex, says that she's a crazy dance mom, but she's not a crazy dance mom. Just winning in competition is everything, but she just wants the kids to be happy and become stars.
Yes.
become stars, as mentioned.
Yes.
And then Maddie doesn't have a normal life. We hear that. And then Maddie and Mackenzie argue. And it was really funny because Mackenzie's like, you just tap around the house all day. And and then Maddie said, you just do cartwheels. And it's like such a cute little sibling moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're babies, you know,
Yeah.
It's funny and cute. But one thing that was really interesting that I noticed is that Melissa was very much focusing on talking about Maddie, and you were the only other one that had 2 kids in the company, and you talked equally about both of them. So I think that becomes like a whole storyline, you know, where, and I think in later episodes, they really focus on that with Melissa.
Yeah.
Then we see Abby again, and the glam, like she has this side swoop bang that's like,
I have a side swoop bang.
No. Yours is very fabulous. This was not a fabulous situation. This was like I need a haircut and maybe some hot rollers.
She never had good hair.
No. Well, she would tell you she had great hair.
Yeah.
I remember her giving people the instructions like big like Delta Burke. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, deciding women like 20 years ago. All righty. Oh, you know what else was funny is so that when the first time you meet me, I'm sitting in front of just a plain background. There's no costumes behind me. So that's weird. Like, see that. Yeah. I'm a plain background.
No. Then we saw you at your house, right?
Yeah. You saw me at my house, but like in the first interview, I'm sitting there and I am wearing this ruffle dress. Okay. We'll talk about the amount of ruffles.
Our clothes were just ridiculous.
Oh, well, I have a fun little
where did we even buy them?
Oh, TJ Maxx. They were TJ Maxx, Kelly. Like, hello.
Oh my God.
TJ Maxx, JC Penney. I mean, come on.
Oh God, come on. I didn't get anything at JC Penney. I'll do TJ Maxx. Maybe Marshalls.
Eventually we have the Nordstrom, Kelly, which we will talk about because everyone needs to know about your Nordstrom obsession. So we have Nordstrom, Kelly, TJ Maxx, but you see me in that ruffle dress with that big fat necklace, but I'm sitting on a completely solid background. And I remembered that day, that interview went on for hours. I think I was the first person that they interviewed, like you guys were all waiting. Yeah. And I was in that chair for hours and hours. And I remember sitting under those lights and being like,
it was so hot. Remember?
So hot.
Oh my God.
So
you were dying. Then they want you to look all pretty and you're like, I'm like dying over here.
And I used to hunch because our chairs didn't have a back. So I used to like get hunchier and hunchier and hunchier. And so one thing that I think is really interesting at this point is because the show was just like not really a show yet, is we filmed those interviews in a hotel room. Those were done in a hotel room. Yeah. Like we weren't in a studio at that point. We were in a hotel room, which is crazy. So then you meet me, you go to my house. Clara is
She's such a baby.
She's a baby. Yeah. She's like a baby. She's so
sitting
little.
on your counter. I remember her sitting on your counter.
She's so tiny. And she's little. Chloe's voice is so small. And you know, I'm talking about Chloe coming in second over the last year, blah, 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 all of that. But here's the story I have to tell about this episode is I think I'm making both the girls like an English muffin with butter and jelly. Okay. So I'm making this episode 1. Yeah. And I will never forget this as long as I live. When that episode aired, I talk about how I spent $16,000 a year on dance. Okay. Like that. They showed me saying that. And I'm like, don't tell my husband.
Oh, and somebody said something about you having generic jelly or something.
Generic jelly.
I remember that.
Somebody on the internet, was on Facebook.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, came after me and they were like, oh my God, you're talking about spending $16,000 a year on dance and you use generic jelly. And I was like,
who notices shit like that?
Right. And I was like, oh my God. And that was my first real like, holy shit, people are going to hate us for stupid reasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it's like amazing the things people pick up.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And now, I mean, the things that we would do and say, like, you would never think about because you're like, no, nobody will notice or care about that. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And they're going to fucking call you out on it. And you're going to feel really stupid.
Yeah.
And I just want to say,
Have you ever bought generic jelly again?
Never. It is Welch's or Smucker's all the way. I will never. Store brand jelly, be damned. Never. I have an actual fear of buying anything generic. Could you imagine?
Oh my God, that's
eaten
funny.
alive. I know, but that's the kind of shit that we were going through. I just couldn't believe that somebody saw that. Then it shows us sitting upstairs and we're all talking about pyramid. I called it a Bermuda Triangle. It was a Bermuda Triangle.
Yes.
It was
How about me sitting up there? Oh my God, like, did you see the back fat on me? Like, did somebody
I did not notice your back fat?
You need like an all over Spanx bodysuit?
Oh no.
Yeah, like where my bra was. Oh my God, my fat was like hanging out above and below.
Oh my God. You were
terrible.
Like a Christmas ham when they put the strings on it.
Yes, that's exactly what it was like. It was not good. Not good.
I did not notice your back.
You got to go back and look. It's, oh God.
Well, I was too busy being distracted by my first t-shirt that had a flower made of tulle because I had a couple of them. I had a few tulle t-shirts in that episode.
I had that tent dress on.
That blue one?
Yes, that striped thing.
I thought it made your boobs look good.
Oh, maybe I should wear that again.
Yeah, when you
I still own it. I still have that in my closet. I'm gonna pull that out and wear it this week.
Nothing about that shocks me. Okay, so here's a side note. Kelly has the most ridiculous.
Ridiculous what?
No, your attic in your house with that bar. You have a bar from one end of your 20,000 square foot house to the other that
with
is
clothes,
filled with clothes. I don't think you have ever thrown anything away in your life.
Yes, I have. I think I was just talking about this the other day. When I throw stuff away, then I want
you need it.
Like it just came back into style, and I'm like, oh my God! Like I had the best top, and I loved it, and I would love to put it on right now, and I don't have it because I gave it away.
Mm-hmm. I know. I do it all the time. Which actually, I don't want to have any spoilers, but there is definitely something we're going to talk about in the second episode that I have a good fucking story about you.
Oh God, I can only.
No,
I don't even know
what
season 2 or I keep calling it season 2. I don't know what episode 2 is even about. So let's wait till we get there. I got to get through season 1 first.
Okay. All right.
Episode
so
1.
As we're talking about pyramid, Melissa's stewing. She's stewing. She's mad. And she says that we all know that Maddie's the star and the most talented. Which I was like, that is a really ballsy statement. I mean. Look, there is no doubt that Maddie is super talented, clearly, but just to say that so blatantly.
No, just to say, I mean, that's basically her saying that our kids weren't talented.
I know.
I think they all are very talented in different ways,
For sure. Which I'm sure we will talk about ad nauseum, the unfair advantages and things, because that's what the whole show was. But I was just like, wow, that's such a bold statement, especially in the first episode. Because again, we're not seeing these things. And I'm going back and I'm like, holy shit, wow.
Yeah.
And then she goes on to say, it's obvious that we all only watch Maddie. And I'm like, actually, please hold a second, because I couldn't take my eyes off my own daughter for fear of what she would get in trouble for.
Yeah, I only ever watched my kids too, but I mean, maybe the audience did just watch Maddie. I don't know, but who cares?
Right. But her saying it's obvious the moms only watch. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Okay. So we see the girls rehearsing, and one little quick side note, the number of rhinestones that we had on the back of our girls' rehearsal leotards is absurd.
I know. I know. We were like stone happy.
I know. Everything's better stoned.
Yes. That was our saying.
That was our mantra.
Yeah. We have those glasses that have that on there, remember?
Yeah, we do. Somebody bought us a gift of glasses that actually say that. So everything is better stoned. I'm sure we said that on camera. I don't think they showed that.
Yeah. Well, because everybody thought we meant stoned, like being stoned, not rhinestoned. We really meant rhinestone, but everything probably would have been better if we were stoned. We maybe should have been stoned, Christy. I think I might have been a little more relaxed.
I was going to say you would have been more relaxed.
I would have been a little more relaxed.
A little bit. For sure. But Kelly, back then it was illegal.
I know. But that's why I wasn't.
Yeah. That's the reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Shut up. Move on.
Maddie's sick in rehearsal, and we get the first interaction between Maddie and Abby. And Abby says to her, "Sweetie, why the tears?"
Yeah, if it was Paige, she'd have been like knocking her shit out, saying, "Hey, bitch, like."
Hold on, because Paige is coming up, because I actually wrote down the comparison. So Sweetie, why the tears? And she's crying. And I feel anytime the kids cry, like obviously you feel bad for them. Yeah. So you're feeling bad, but it's really funny to watch. Like Melissa goes into her hyper mode where she's like, she's going to throw up. She looks like she's going to throw up. 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 She's sick. Oh my God. And you're like, wait, she never said she was going to throw up. She just said her stomach hurt.
Yeah.
And then they go into the bathroom, and the resounding thing is Maddie wants to leave, and Melissa just keeps saying, "You never miss dance. You never miss dance. You never miss dance."
Yeah.
And it's like, well, she's saying she wants to leave, but you're telling her she never misses dance. She never misses ever. So we now know she doesn't miss dance.
No.
Clearly established.
So if you have the stomach flu, you're going to bring it to all of us, because you won't go home.
Right. She never misses. And she goes back in and she dances. And Melissa tells us, because she's a pro.
Yes.
Or because you made her. Just my hot take. My hot take. So, oh my God. So then you get more interviews with us, and, we're talking, and it's hysterical to me that so many of our interviews are done in the dressing room, in the back of the studio, like the costume shop or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I have to point out, that is where Abby stored her rhinestone crap in her Tupperware boxes.
Do you remember how disgusting that was back there?
Oh,
like
yeah.
half the time you could barely walk through it.
Oh, yeah.
And she wanted people to buy stuff. It was like, okay, if you can get through all the shit, they might find something you're able to buy.
Yeah. And it's $4,000.
Yeah. You can get through all my McDonald's bags. Seriously, there was all the time.
I thought the McDonald's bags were in the car.
They were everywhere.
Oh God. And then Abby tells us her profound thoughts on she'd rather make kids cry in private instead of public
than in front of everybody. Yeah.
And then I was like,
let's not make them cry at all. How about that?
Well, let's not make them cry at all, but
this is dance class.
Millions of people watch this show. So millions of people watch them cry.
Yeah.
And we see the girls rehearsing. I think they're doing pinup girl, or what's it called? 15 Minutes of Fame. In our world, that trio was actually called Pinup Girls, but because they couldn't use that music on the show, it's 15 Minutes of Fame. So sometimes I say Pinup Girls, same trio, but it's basically the trio with Chloe, Paige, and Maddie with the headbands. And Paige is wearing the most fabulous headband in rehearsal. It's got a cute little flower on it.
Oh, yes.
Loved it. Yeah. I did love that. I was like, look at that. I would wear that. Yeah, so cute. I'm sure you made
that.
I was going to say, I'm certain you made it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind that you made that headband.
Yes.
So this is where we get Paige crying. Okay. Now remember, like a couple minutes before we got Sweetie, Why the Tears? Paige, we got a man up.
Yeah. That's hysterical. I look at it that way. I mean, I know it in my head, but
I know.
I never compared it on actual video. That's so true.
But that's why this is going to be fun, because we know what was really going on. But when you watch it, you're like, oh shit, there's a big discrepancy there.
But do you know the part I hate is like they show Paige crying, like running upstairs. Oh, she was so mean to me. But they only showed her saying stupid things. Like it was way more than that of her like yelling at Paige and saying mean things to get her to the crying point. It wasn't just like, oh, she said, oh, Paige, you're bow-legged, you need to fix that. And she started crying. There was so much more to it than that. But that's what they always did. And it made her look like a crybaby. Meanwhile, she was like tortured for, you even hear Chloe saying, she said such mean things or whatever, but they didn't show that.
But don't you think that people know that? I mean,
no,
you don't think?
When I talk to people, they're like, oh, Abby was so mean. I'm thinking to myself, are you kidding me? Like, you think she's that mean and they only show 10 minutes of it.
Oh yeah. Like try
Like,
filming what, a 70-hour week?
yes, and they cut most of the bad stuff out and just made it, so it was acceptable to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, it is what it is what it is, but I always give people the benefit of the doubt that they know, but they probably don't.
No, I don't think they do.
So now we're moving on and we're meeting you guys. We're in the Hyland's home, and
Yes.
Paige is 10 and Brooke is 13. I have to mention Chloe at this point at the beginning, she's 9. And I say, this is my daughter, Chloe. And I said, she's 9. And she goes, yes, I am. And I think Maddie
She has her little giggle.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Maddie's 8 and Mackenzie's 6, right?
6,
yeah. Okay. So we meet Paige, she's 10, Brooke is 13. And you go on to talk about how Brooke was really the superstar of the studio, which no one really knows.
I know. Yeah.
Brooke, and I'm here to tell you, like, not as Brooke's mom, as somebody who was a completely unbiased observer, Brooke was the mega star of that studio. She was
till the show started.
Till the show started. She was teeny tiny. She was incredibly acrobatic and good feet. She was so fun to watch. I was at a restaurant not long ago, and Frank Sinatra, Swing on a Star, came on. Oh no, it wasn't Swing on a Star. It was
she did all his songs.
Yeah,
Tony Bennett.
But
she
it
always
was
did Tony Bennett songs
Tree
too.
Plant. Oh, High Hopes.
Yeah,
High Hopes.
That was one of my favorite. Yeah,
yep. So cute. And I almost texted her because I was going to be like, oh, Brooke. But honest to God, if we texted our kids every time we heard a song they danced to,
I know.
we would never stop texting them.
Yes.
Like I do it all the time. I'm like, yeah, they dance to
I do that too. Every time I hear Frankie Valli, Brooke and Brandon's duet, because I hear that song a lot on the radio. I'll
what station are you listening to that you're hearing Frankie Valli?
Old Christi.
Jesus Christ.
I hear it all the time.
All right, Kelly, you need an intervention.
All right.
You need a radio intervention.
Thank you.
So Brooke was a superstar. And then we get the mind blown moment that you actually grew up dancing for Abby.
Oh God, yes. Can you believe I've known her since I was 2.5? Like,
that's actually terrifying. 2.5.
I'll be 52 this week.
So you've known her 50 years.
Yeah. That's what was so hard a lot of the times for me. Like the way she treated my kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she was like my family. Like her mom and her would come to like Paige's and Brooke's baptisms and communions and things.
Oh, I remember.
Then you treat them like that and don't care about their feelings. Like you said with the Maddie and Paige thing.
Yeah.
Like she was way closer. Like she had just started getting to know Maddie then. Like she was so close to me and my family. And I think I took it personally compared to everybody else on the show, because I mean, she was almost like a family member to me.
Yeah. I remember you saying that. You're like, I've known her forever.
I mean, her mom and her dad, like I grew up with them. And that's why it was just always so hard for me, just because I couldn't believe the way she treated me and my kids when I was always so supportive of her. Always. I mean, my family owned a dance studio. My sister
that's right.
owned a dance studio, and I went to we closed it, but
you took your kids to Abby.
I could have took it over, and I didn't want. I don't know. I
forgot all of that.
I was very faithful to her and everything, and she treated us like shit, and it just was very heartbreaking to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, there's a deep dive there, but we don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
Well, here's a really fun fact. Do you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
I actually took a dance class with Abby when I was little.
Oh gosh.
I did. She taught dance at a church that was my grandmother's church, and I was living with my grandparents. I was about 4.
Oh my God. Are you sure I wasn't there? The one on Beulah Road?
No, it was at St. Maurice in Forest Hills. And she was teaching. She was a teenager, and I remember I was 4. I remember a very specific memory of her being in a purple leotard with her curly brown hair.
Oh my gosh, she wore a leotard?
She wore a leotard. And we did a tap, whatever, to
She was teaching tap?
She was teaching tap. She was.
My
But
God.
it was a baby class. So it was like tap, ballet, jazz. So it wasn't just tap. And remember that song, My Heart is on Fire, Elvira?
Oh, yeah.
We tapped to that. And
that
then
is hysterical.
They moved right away after that up to Beulah, which actually ended up being Chloe's preschool. And then I ended up like not taking dance again, but I actually took my very first dance class with Abby.
That is funny.
Yeah. So then we meet your kids. Brooke is absolutely 100% miserable.
Yes. She's like, shoot me now. My friends are all like hanging out at the mall, and I am sitting here on my bed talking with my mom and my little sister.
Yeah. And she's 13. And you just got to love the Brooke vibe. I do. I love it because I know Brooke and I love Brooke. And I think that Brooke always had like an unfair edit because I think Brooke is way more fun than they ever showed her to be.
Oh, absolutely. And she was always the most caring. She always like took care of those kids and stuff. And they just always showed her as the miserable
little bitch.
Yeah. But I guess that was her character or whatever.
Right.
But
yeah. And then you go 13. I want Brooke to continue to dance because 13 is when the trouble starts. And I I made a note and I was like, Kelly, is that when your trouble started?
Yeah. Yeah. That's like when I started to quit dance. Yeah. And I quit. And then I was like hanging out at McDonald's on the weekends. And
did you see Abby there?
I don't know. Abby didn't have any friends to go to McDonald's with.
But you said
she was at the dance studio where I did not want to be at age 13. I wanted, like, my friends all hung out at the mall and, you know, on the weekends we hung out at McDonald's and I don't know, went to the football games and
you're being a teenager.
Yeah. Like you go to the football games. That's when the trouble starts. You start kissing boys behind the bleachers and, you know, then you have like your first sip of a drink. Like I would have rather been at the dance studio. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I would think. I think at 13 now they're kissing.
Oh no, kissing for sure. I don't know about drinking. I mean, well,
one thing leads to another.
That's true. And then we meet Holly, and I have a comment because Holly is wearing the most fabulous Holly is wearing the most fabulous Wilma Flintstone necklace that I've ever seen.
I didn't notice it.
I don't know. I wouldn't know what clam gave birth to those pearls because they were the biggest pearls. They were this big. They were like the size of.
I don't know that we have room to talk because give us a few episodes because we had a few of those on ourselves.
Well, these were the size of balls. I mean, they were like the ball necklace.
Oh my God, that's funny.
So unbelievably big. And then, oh my God. And then we cut to her in her interview where we meet Nia, but Holly is straight up wearing a sweater from an 80s rom-com. It's like an Argyle. It's an Argyle.
You're mean.
No, look, I will make fun of.
I didn't see it.
I will make fun of myself all day long. Claire, can you give me a little bit of champagne in here? Yeah, go get it. It's not illegal. I'm 21.
It's illegal.
All right. Oh, she said she's not 21.
That's why I filled mine so full. So I didn't need a refill.
You were smarter than me.
I am. I'm always smarter than you.
You're always smarter than me. And then when we meet Nia is making
hysterical.
Why is she making that face?
Would she open her eyes real big? She's hysterical. You gotta love her.
You have.
I don't know if it was because she was on camera for the first time.
I don't know. I need to have a meeting with Nia and ask her what that was about because
it was so funny.
It was hilarious. And those are things I don't remember. And like
we wouldn't have seen it because she was in by herself. Like an interview
watched when I watched the episode. I don't remember that, but I actually. Was sitting I was so crying like how funny that was. And then we get Holly's resume, you know, all of the things that she's done and that she looks like Michelle Obama.
Yeah, she does.
Oh my God, yes. I think okay, no shade to Michelle. I love Michelle Obama. I think Holly's prettier. I do. I think Holly's very pretty.
Yeah.
And I love her dimples, which I've always said you can get away with murder.
Dimples.
Yeah, if you have dimples, you can get away with murder. For some reason, people think you're innocent if you have dimples.
Really?
I think you look innocent. That's my story.
I should have dimples.
Oh, yes.
I'm Miss Innocent.
I have dimples, just not on my face.
Yeah. We know.
They're on other parts of my body. And then Holly tells us for the first time that she isn't a doormat, which will become one of her mantras.
Yes.
And then here comes Kathy and Vivi.
Oh my God. How about Kathy?
Oh,
I love bunnies and I like carrots too. I'm like, okay.
and pink is a way of life.
And Vivi's like, I don't like pink.
I'm
like, you go, Vivi, you go. I think that was probably the only thing Vivi ever said on the show. And it was like the best line ever.
Oh no, Vivi says much coming up.
Oh, does she?
Oh my God. Vivi's lines are the most iconic.
Oh,
I
I'm
am
telling
the
you, that
biggest
was
Vivi
hysterical.
stan. She's like, I don't like pink. She's playing with
Yeah.
the balloon. She's like, I don't like pink.
Yeah. Like my mom is crazy. She wants everything pink.
Yeah.
And I don't like pink.
And then Kathy tells us that she's a wee bit older and she likes the service, like Botox or Restylane.
Yes. Well, she's the one that took me for Botox for my birthday, remember?
Yes,
she was the one that suggested that. Yes.
I got Botox.
I need to go back, Kathy. I'm 52 now and I still haven't had it since. So
you've never had it since?
No.
Shut up.
No.
Really?
I don't do anything. No.
I have had Botox. I don't get it as often as I should, but I mean, I've definitely had it. I actually just had it not long ago. I need it. I don't love this look. She's and she also tells us that she's very flamboyant and she's very funny, but don't push her buttons.
Okay, Kathy.
And then she comes in and she meets Abby, and we cut to Kathy, and for the first time we see our very first dead animal on Dance Moms, and it's around Kathy's neck. We're going to see more dead animals.
Yes, lots. Well, Jill's on the show. We're going to wait till Jill comes on.
That blue Muppet vest.
Yes.
But Kathy
she always had something on.
Oh yeah. But her and Jill will battle it out for most fur, for sure.
Yeah. Yes.
And then Vivi auditions and she does her famous like shaky walk forward, which kills me every time.
Yeah.
And Kathy lets us know that she is a package deal.
Yes.
Great.
I can't believe Abby. That was definitely the show, because Abby would have never let Kathy in there being a dance teacher, because she would have been like, you're going to step on my toes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And then dun, 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 here comes Minister Dawn.
She's crazy.
And to be fair, watching the scene, it is very nuts. Now, we also know on the backside of it, like in the behind the scenes, that there was a lot that was going on behind the scenes with with Abby and Minister Dawn far before the cameras. But Dawn comes in and she goes, I don't care if the cameras are on, I'm gonna kill her.
Oh, I wish she would have.
She opens the door and Abby is sitting in the back corner on the cheese mat.
Yes.
The cheese mat. She always sat on that cheese mat.
Yes.
And they
usually eating her McDonald's.
And they begin to fight. And then they bring up the Bible and Jesus. And I am watching this and I'm like, holy shit.
Well, Kathy says, let's play the Bible game. Like, oh my God, did she really just say that? Let's play the Bible game.
Yeah. And then Abby gets up, she walks across the studio and she goes, we take the trash out every week. And then you're the biggest piece of trash there is. And then they show me and I'm peeking around the corner and you get my second Tool t-shirt of the week. But then this I didn't like. There's a lot of chasing, a lot of screaming going on. People are walking, people are chasing. Then you get Reagan involved, which I hated.
I know, when they bring the kids, yeah.
Yeah, and then there was some nasty things said there, and I was like, ugh, that was the first time my stomach was like, ugh. Like,
how about she called the cops on her?
Well, I was going to say that's the first time we get the cops called into the studio, which
I don't think a cop was necessary. Do you? And there were like 3 of them there.
Because Dawn is clearly terrifying in her minivan.
Yes.
If anything, if she were smart, she would just let Dawn try to drive out of the parking lot, because one of those potholes was certainly going to foil her. She didn't need the cops. She was going to get a flat tire just leaving the studio. But I do have to say, so you probably didn't notice this, and I actually didn't, but something made me like look at it. When Abby is calling, she takes somebody's phone The phone that she is on, because this is before iPhones, is about this big. She looks like Zoolander. It's like, she like opens it with her 2 fingers and she's like, excuse me.
What was it? One of the kids' phones?
Yeah, she took somebody's phone out of there, but it literally looks like Ben Stiller and Zoolander.
Oh
like
my
that little
God. Well,
tiny
everything
phone.
looks little next to that.
And so
I'm gonna behave myself.
she's shaking. She's nervous. Abby, after Dawn is escorted out, she's shaking. So she grabs herself a snack from the front.
Okay,
desk.
wait a minute. No.
Okay, what did I
First,
miss?
she says to the cops when she's calling them, no, she doesn't have any weapons, just her mouth. I was like, are you kidding me?
That's actually a good line. I'm kind of bitter I didn't come up with that.
That was pretty funny.
That was a good one. I will give credit where credit's due. That was a pretty funny one.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah. And then we get to the competition. Okay, we're finally here. We're unloading, we're moving in. I talk about us being the Beverly Hillbillies. You see those makeup cases.
Oh my God, yes. Like we never had shit like that.
No, the makeup mirrors. And we actually
yes.
go in and we set them up. And that might be the only episode that we set those up. I don't think we set them up.
Because it was hard. Remember, they kept falling, the legs kept collapsing, and
we didn't have them screwed in right. And they literally kept collapsing.
Yeah, it was not good.
They were terrible.
But people, I think people think that we use those every competition. Like we never used that kind of crap. Like we used to sit on the floor and use like our mirror from our blush to put the makeup on and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like, we never had stuff like that. That was all just for the show.
Well, and also people always ask me why we had a private dressing room. And here's the deal. It's because we were on camera and our camera crew was mostly men. You cannot go into a public dressing room with naked girls everywhere with a camera crew.
Plus, so if we were in the dressing room filming, we would have to have releases from every single person in there and stuff, which would be difficult every time.
Yeah. And so
plus people come in and out and you don't know who's buying them.
Talking and so when everybody asks me that, I'm always like, that had to be done that way because it is a show. Like, yes, were we really saying those things? Of course, but you had to have it like in a different area for sure.
Yeah.
And that's the first time you see us like making costumes because we're making the hats for Party.
Yeah, the first time.
Not the last.
Won't be the last.
Now, also, that is not the first time we made shit. Okay. Remember when Abby tried to hire you to be her costume stoner?
Yes. Oh my God, shoot me.
Wasn't she going to pay you $6 an hour or something?
Like, thank God I was not stupid enough to do that. Oh my God. And then I thought to myself, I'm sitting there anyways. So
you kept saying that.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm sitting there anyways. I might as well be getting paid to sit here. And then I thought about like her being my boss. And I thought, oh my God, no way. Randy even said that to me. He's like, do you really want Abby to be your boss? I was like, if Randy sees that is not a good move, I'm thinking I should probably definitely say no.
Yeah, that's a pass. That's a hard pass for sure. Do you still have your hats from Party?
No, I don't even have my costume.
Well, I know we don't have our costume. I kept my hat. That is
I don't have anything from Party. And that's the only one I really want because that was like the first
costume they wore on TV.
Yeah, the first one. So I would like to have that. I think people got theirs. See, when they handed out costumes, I was already gone.
I think Nia, I remember we were filming a promo and they brought back old costumes because first season we didn't keep many costumes and they brought back costumes for this promo and Nia's was there. So I know Nia has it. I don't know if anyone else has them. So let's put out a public statement right now. If anyone has the Party costume, I will buy it. Or knows
where they are. Yes.
If it says Chloe in there, I will buy it. I will pay good money.
Yeah.
I want that back. So I do have the hat though. I do. I have the little party hat.
I do not.
And then Paige gets in trouble for having nails.
Oh my God. Okay. No, wait a minute. I just have to say, like, Abby always said you could have nails as long as they weren't a color.
Mm-hmm. She did.
Always. It was every one of her seniors all had fake nails and they were all a French manicure.
Yep.
But I get a French manicure for my kids and it's like the end of the freaking world.
And you're like, they're French.
Yeah, because and if any of our senior girls would have been there, they would have all had them and I could have showed it to her. But because we were in Phoenix and nobody else was there, I had nobody to back me up.
I love that you said, if you want me to take them off, give me $20. Okay.
Oh, and did you see she went for her purse, but never gave me the $20? Yeah. So my kids wore their French nails and we did not take them off. So
and you didn't get $20.
No.
You could have used that at the bar, because the next scene we go to the bar.
I know.
That's where I whisper, do you want to go to the bar? Well, here's the truth. When we walked in, we walked past the bar and I said, oh, we'll probably stop at the bar later. And then it turns into a big, we're at the bar scene.
Of course.
And of course.
That's the first time us being bad.
Of course. But then again, that's probably the first time people liked us.
Yeah.
Because
everybody else was in the bar. Did you see all the people in the bar?
Oh my God. Every other mom except the two moms, except for Holly and Melissa, were in the bar.
Yeah.
Every other mom. And we're making friends. We're talking when we leave. I tell somebody they look pretty. See, we could have had friends.
Okay. I just have to say, you chugged yours.
You
were asking for a second glass and I still had half of mine.
Maybe I was nervous.
You were a lush.
Maybe
you were a lush.
Well, look, I chugged mine this time too.
Well, that's because you were a wuss and only had half a glass. You got to have a whole glass like me.
That's funny that you notice. You don't notice that Holly's holding a big fat purse and pyramid, but you notice that I chugged my drink.
Because you were asking for a second glass and I looked at mine and I'm thinking, why didn't I? Well, because I thought, why didn't I ask for a second glass? So I looked at mine and it was half full. Like, man, she was thirsty.
I was so thirsty. And
then we leave double fisted.
I know. Which was one of my favorite moments from that episode. So I'm like, I don't double fist with my kids just in college.
Yeah. And then we're walking out and we're like trying to be nice to people. You're saying stuff to people and Abby's like yelling at us because we're like being sociable and talking to people. We're like not even allowed to talk.
Nope. Get out of here. We have dance. And then, oh God, then we go back to the dressing room and I try to hold the kids' hats hostage in exchange for
because you
and the very first recap of the show, because we'll get into when that episode airs, like where we were and when we watched it for the first time. But I remember the very first written recap, somebody called me blonde booze fan Christi because I made
goodness.
I made a couple of drink references.
Funny.
And Mark was so pissed. He was so pissed that somebody called me that. And I was like, well, I didn't get
he got over it, right?
I don't know. He's probably still pissed. And then dun dun dun. You burn
the sizzle.
Paige.
How about the sizzle? It was so dramatic. Oh my God. And then everybody was like, so I mean, like I burned her. For God's sake, she was fine. And everybody
she has a scar, to be fair. I've asked her.
Oh, for God's sakes. Fine. Everybody was like, it was like I cut her leg off or something. It was just so dramatic. But the sizzle sound was definitely hysterical. Thank God for editing.
Oh God. And then I love that the girls are all so sweet. Like they're all coming over. This is my favorite. I wish you would have seen more of this. The girls are coming over. Chloe's like, oh my God. And Maddie's like, I'm not wearing underwear. She said, that makes you feel better. I'm not wearing underwear.
Yeah, that was cute. Made her laugh.
Funny, so cute and so funny. And then we get to them backstage, and Abby is giving them a pep talk, and I swear I could not listen to a word of it because all I could look at was Chloe was trying to see if her hat would come off. So she's in the scene literally like throwing her head.
Well, how about poor Paige? Again, Abby is in her face, like as close as can be, saying, well, what if she was at Radio City Music Hall and it was the ice skating scene and the rink was open and she fell 13 feet and dies? Like Paige is like, what are you talking about? And she was like right up in her face, like.
And then she goes, if you need something backstage, you find Linda Diamond. I'm like, who's Linda Diamond?
Or pick up a
bobby pin off the floor.
That's probably why we got lice, because our kids probably picked one up off the floor and they got lice. Oh my God.
And I was thinking to myself watching that, like, I know for a fact that's not the worst or the craziest shit that's gone down backstage. Like up to that point, I mean, that made me, I was crying.
Well, then how about they go to Paige doing an interview and she says, Abby messes with them backstage, so she doesn't like her back there.
I don't either. I don't blame Paige. Paige is very wise. Very wise. So then we see them doing party.
That was such a stupid dance.
It was so stupid.
Okay, and we got third place. We'll wonder why, because like we were shaking our hips, like we didn't really do any good dance moves in that dance. It was so easy.
It was dumb. And then to go to the West Coast, which if you're not familiar with dance, like West Coast dancers are incredible. And to be in Phoenix, especially, and we're doing like a hip shake dance, it's kind of ridiculous.
It was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing.
They were cute.
They were cute. And they like blew confetti at the end, whatever, party. But then it does show us Melissa crying because Maddie was so beautiful and party. I just that's not the dance. That's not the dance to cry over, you know?
No, it was a cute dance.
I know, but that's not bringing up those emotional inner feelings at all. We get third. And then Maddie goes, oh, I don't know what it's like to lose. You know, she doesn't lose. And then Chloe lets us know that losing doesn't feel good. Thank you, Chloe, for that profound statement. And then we get those shot of you and me running.
And when have we ever been to a dance competition that you had to go outside and run to another building to get dressed?
I know. Like but I was running.
But it was on purpose, Christi.
You think?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Because then we were rushed and we didn't have time to, I mean, I have never been to a dance competition that you have to go outside and go to a different building to get to your stuff.
I concur. I believe that is not our fault. That was made.
And we only had a couple numbers to get ready.
So the girls are getting ready for the trio. They show me stretching Chloe on the wall, which is going to be something that I do often.
Okay, but you should have spent a little more time on that headband there, Mom.
Okay, I should have, but
Yes,
here's
Mom.
here's the BTS of the headband. Are you ready? She always pulled it down a little bit before she went on stage because it was tight, like it was really squeezy, and she usually pulled it back up before she went on. I was not backstage with her. Someone else was.
Yeah.
And I love when we get into the fight and I get yelled at that I was at the bar having a drink and her headband's falling off. Hi, that
was like 3 hours before.
Right. And that had happened before party.
Yeah. So her hat at party didn't fall off.
No. And we're sitting there and I can see in the audience, we're standing and I'm like, oh my God, her headband's falling off. And you and I are just kind of laughing at it.
I was hysterical. And after I watched it, I was like, oh my God, bitch. I am so rude.
You're such
Your
a
daughter
bitch.
said me. And I knew you were going to get in trouble.
I just
thought it was hysterical. I loved that it was you getting in trouble and not me.
You're such a bitch.
I was like, nah, you're going to get in trouble.
And I did get in trouble.
Oh my God. But I loved that she didn't touch it.
Nope. Didn't touch
that's
it.
what we were taught.
Yep.
If something falls off, don't touch it. Don't do this. Don't do that. She did none of that. She danced blindfolded, for God's sakes.
She did an aerial.
For that. Yeah, no. She got no credit for that.
No, never. But that's just like when the two crying discrepancies, sweetie, why the tears and man up. It's like you did an aerial blindfolded.
But then how about what she says to you?
Oh,
she tells them to go and she looks at you and says, I'll deal with you later.
Oh God. And I'm like, oh Christ. That's the first oh Christ, I think I thought. But did you see Paige come over? She did so great. She goes, her headband was in her face and she did so great. Like,
I know.
Show me more of them. That's what I want to see. I want to see.
So cute.
They were so cute. So cute. So I'm in trouble.
Yeah. And you get in trouble because we have to stay out of the bar.
Right.
And you need to pay your bills on time.
Oh, I know. Oh, but I did let her know that I pay her.
Oh, yes.
I pay her.
I love that you said that. I pay
you work for me.
You work for me. Yeah,
I pay you.
I love that. And then she says, you pay late.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. I used to pay for the whole year in advance. And I used to get, you owe me money. I pay you for the entire year in advance. January 1st, I pay for the entire year or whatever whatever the first day of dance is. I pay for the whole year. Like, how can you use that line?
Still
on
got
me?
in trouble. Yeah, for sure. So something like a little beat. Oh, wait, first I have something to show you. You ready?
Okay. Your headband.
I have the headband.
Oh my God.
Ta-da! I have it.
It's
Years
so
ago, I did something, I don't know, and I pulled it out, and I've always just thrown it in my office. So it sits in my office. It makes me laugh when I look at it, because it's like,
I always loved their trios.
Oh my God, their trios were the absolute best. They were the cutest. The first one was what? Eyes in the back of my head.
Oh my God, that was hysterical. You remember how little they were?
They were miniature humans. They weren't even full, like grown children.
And didn't they have eyes on their ass?
Yeah.
So
no. They had eyes on their head, eyes in the back of my head. They didn't have eyes on their ass. You and I had eyes on our ass.
What? I swear we did, because when we did they stuck their butt up in the air and shook it. I swear there was eyes back then.
Maybe they had eyes on both.
I don't remember. It was cute though.
I'm sure I have that costume somewhere.
They were cute.
They were so cute. They had that, and then they went on to do Camille, Colette, and Fifi. That was cute too.
I loved all their
trios were really cute. They were very, very cute. And I did love Pinup Girls. That was a great dance. It was a really, really great dance. But after the show, and I really wish this scene had aired, they had a moment of us filming in a hotel room where we talked about the competition, and we did a big cheers toast to like winning that day, because the girls ended up winning the trio, and they didn't show that. So
I know we got first, even though the
headband debacle happened.
But we didn't get any praise for that. Oh, you did good. You won first, even though you had a costume malfunction.
Oh no,
your dancing must have outweighed the costume malfunction. So
your mom's an idiot. It was your mom's an idiot. But one thing that is worth mentioning, so when we were filming that, obviously we had producers and everyone, because it was the first time we were filming. And when we cut and we were finished and we were wrapped for the day, we had a big like charcuterie board and cheese and wine, and someone came in, I will not name names, but someone came in.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Wanted to puke. I wanted to puke all over my food.
He was eating a bite of cheese and he goes, I should just spread this directly on my ass. Or was it thighs?
I thought he said his thighs.
Maybe it was
should
thighs.
Spread this all over my thighs. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I am going to puke. Disgusting.
And meanwhile, we were like shoving it in our faces. We're like, we were so hungry. Give us all the food. That was not the first time that we would be like, give me everything. I need to eat. I'm hungry. But oh my God, that was so funny. And we talked about spreading it directly on my ass or thighs or whatever for years.
Yes.
For years.
Yes.
Okay. So I have a question, because I thought this would be kind of fun to do. Looking back on just what you wore in this episode, how would you rate and rank it, and would you wear it again?
Oh my God, no, I would wear nothing. I told you I had that top on up in the fishbowl thing where my back fat was hanging over my bra. That was a definite no. That was a terrible shirt.
What color was it? I don't remember that shirt.
Like aqua color.
Okay, so no to the aqua back fat shirt. No to that. Yes. What about the gray? And then I had that dress.
I would wear that again.
Yeah, that was cute.
I would wear that again. I mean, it was just a gray leather jacket with jeans and a tank with rhinestones on it.
I remember that you were like, I don't want to wear this because they're going to make me look like the party mom. No, I've got that covered. Hold my beer. Hold my beer. I'm good. You're good.
As we're double fisted.
Correct.
It was the top that made me the party mom, not the double fisted drinks in my hand. Walking to my child's dressing room
right before you burn her. Yeah. Mother of the year. You get that crown. So what about the blue dress? Would you wear that?
Yeah, I'm gonna wear it this week. Remember, I told you.
Good boobs. Yeah. You like a good boob.
Yeah,
shirt.
Good boobs. Although I don't know, it has horizontal stripes. I might look a little more wide in it now than I did back then. But
to be fair, that was 11 years ago.
Yeah, I don't really care. I'm gonna pull that out.
So overall, then, how would you rate and rank your overall, like poor, medium, okay? Like, because we've got some doozies.
I would say poor.
You think this is poor?
All right, I'll go with maybe medium.
Okay.
But I have poor, medium.
I don't
What's the next
know.
one?
On a scale from 1 to 10. Let's do 1 to 10s. Overall fashion of the
I'm gonna say
glam
a
and
4.
fashion. You're
A 4.
All right. So I had a couple of tulle t-shirts on. I had a one shoulder situation going on. I really liked like an alternative shoulder moment. I did like whether they be cold, one shouldered. I
the
did
ruffled
love that.
dress.
Ruffled dress, the flower
From
dress.
TJ Maxx.
That was from TJ. In Pyramid, I had on bootcut jeans that didn't fit quite right. They were a little saggy in the ass. But I have to say, I'm gonna go kind of mid-tier medium for me because I know what's coming and it's bad.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this was probably this might have been one of my better moments. I'm gonna say I was a 5 on this one.
Okay,
because I know it's getting bad. So I need room. Now in real life, would I wear any of it? No. Yeah. Not a thing. Do you own any of that stuff? I know you still have the dress. Any of the other things?
No, I don't think I do.
I don't own either of those t-shirts anymore, but I definitely still have the aqua dress from the interview and the flower dress.
My leather jacket, I had it in my garage in Florida because I have so many clothes. So I have racks in my garage here and it's so hot in there. Everything I had in there that was leather started to like crack and peel. I had to throw it all away.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So now I don't have that jacket. And that would be the one thing I would probably wear again. But
I like that jacket. That jacket was a good jacket.
I don't have it. It is ruined from heat.
Because you're so goddamn hot.
I know. That was it.
You're so hot.
It wasn't the Florida weather.
No, it's you. You're just a smoke show. All right. Well, I think that is about it. I mean, I definitely, this was very interesting.
Well, and we ended with a 3rd place and a 1st place. Wonder who will be on the top of the pyramid next week.
Well, it's not going to be Chloe because I had the big fight. I'm just.
It's not going to be me because I was at the bar and I burnt my child.
True. Oh, so
and I had the nail polish.
Oh God, mother of the year.
So I'm probably way below Chloe.
No, I had the big fight. You can't be way below. You think way?
I don't know. I had three misdemeanors there.
You had misdemeanors. I had a felony.
Oh well.
Well, your kids will probably still be below there. I don't know. Who knows? So, all right. So I guess the last thing is rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast if you want to hear more of this. And you know what I'm going to share? I'm going to give you, and we probably, by the time this goes up, it will probably already have been on our socials. I have pictures from behind the scenes of that day that we can share. Yeah, remember when the kids went to the pool? God forbid they went to the pool.
Oh yes, they weren't allowed any suntan lines. Remember?
Oh no,
nothing.
Chlorine
face can't be red. Yeah,
no, chlorine is like kryptonite. It ruins dancers inside and out.
Yep.
I have a picture of Chloe and Paige in there. They had black and pink polka dot bikinis. They were
from
twins.
Justice.
Justice. Yeah, they were from Justice. So I will share those for sure because those are really cute. And I think I have a picture of me next to a cactus. Weird.
Oh, there you go.
But I wish, and I don't know where this is, I have video footage of me and you and I, right before we started filming, and we were sitting in the lobby and I did it like a selfie on my flip camera, but I don't know where that is.
I remember sitting in that lobby for so long.
Mm-hmm.
We were like in there for hours,
waiting because we
didn't. Hey, you're just lucky that when you're standing next to that cactus, somebody didn't push you into it, because like I could think of a lot of people that like wanted to like shove your ass into that cactus.
No, that comes later.
Not me.
That comes later.
I could think of a lot of people.
Oh my God, wait. You know, one other thing I remember about filming that first day is I remember the sound guy, I have no idea who it was because our crew had changed at that point, telling me that I didn't need to worry about turning off my microphone because unless I was next to a camera, they couldn't hear me. Bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bullshit.
You're full of shit.
And they listen to everything.
He's a liar.
He's a liar. But I was like, oh, they can't hear us. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah, they could hear like you breathe wrong and they hear you.
They could hear your heartbeat. They could hear if your heart started racing for sure. Yeah. So that's a big fat lie. All right. Well, we will catch you back here next week. Cal, it was great to be
Episode 2 next week.
back to the bar.
Okay.
So appropriate.
Yes.
All right. All right. Talk to you later. Oh,
right.
and don't do anything we wouldn't do.
Oh, well, that leaves it pretty open.
Yeah, right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Hold on. Let me stop this.
Okay, now